Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. I'd like to do another quick energy read. I realize that all readings don't resonate with everyone, so it's good to keep them coming. Let's have a look at who you may be dealing with. Those of you who are actually dealing with someone right now, there's no commitment. What is it you need to know? Yeah, so I said no commitment, and of course the commitment card comes out. Yes, it's all about the commitment. So let's have a look. Yeah, so I do feel like there's someone here who someone has a lot of weight on their shoulders. They may be under a lot of pressure or feel pressured too. Yeah, this is someone here kind of reflecting, looking at this. Yeah, Page of Swords. Now, I feel like this is a person who's probably not telling you everything that you need to know. Yeah. I feel, I mean, often it's just a lot of burdens or responsibilities. Maybe they have baggage, but to me it looks like they feel pressured. And they are, it has to do with taking a risk. So they're kind of looking at this. I think this is someone going to go down another path here. They're looking before they leap, basically. But I don't think this is someone telling you everything. Not with this energy, no. Four of Cups. So this is someone here who, I feel they're just a little drained. They don't, I mean, it has to do with rejection. So if this is someone who actually rejected you, they probably haven't told you why. They're not telling you everything. This could be someone who's just kind of, they don't necessarily lie, but they don't tell you everything. Yeah. So this is someone who is very indecisive. So this is someone who just can't move forward. They can't see a way forward for some reason. They're kind of just like, it's like being frozen there, right? They just can't see a way forward. Yeah. It's a lot of indecision. I mean, it could be someone who feels pressured. They weren't ready. They didn't see this coming. Especially if you are a person who asked them when you're going to commit, they may have felt under pressure, or they just have a lot going on. So we're going to see. Tell me about this Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is definitely an energy of a person who's often balanced, patient. But yeah, it looks to me as though this is someone who is kind of just sitting there, waiting for this pentacle to come. It's an energy of being prepared. I feel like it's where one person feels prepared and the other person isn't ready. That's what it feels like. They're unable to move forward. They can't see a way forward. Now let's have a look at this Ten of Cups. Or Ten of Wands, pardon me. Ten of Wands. I have to shuffle again. I want to make sure the right card comes out. Ten of Wands, why is it here? Let's just dig into that energy. Yeah, felt a lot of pressure. Yeah, a lot of weight on their shoulders. I actually feel this is someone who has a lot of feelings, but I feel like this is someone who couldn't see a way forward. I do think they're just not ready for this next step. I think they're seeing this as a risk. I mean, there could be baggage, but I think it's just somebody who isn't ready. Like, it has to do with responsibility. Maybe they're not ready for the responsibility, but I do feel this person is, I do think they're basically emotionally available, or I don't know. I mean, no, the Tower. See, something to do with this Tower. A bit of shock, surprise. It can be even fear with that. Fear, commitment. Tell me about this. Give me more on this King of Cups. Why is this person? They're all in their feels here. I mean, it's here. Yeah, they're just looking for clues and answers. See, they're kind of going within. They're not ready to go down this path. They like what they see. They see somebody who's ready. They're not ready. There's a lot of feelings. I mean, this could be unrequited love, or they haven't told you how they feel. I wouldn't be surprised. Often the King of Cups will come up that way, where they have a lot of feelings, but they haven't told you. But like I say, I mean, this is somebody who I feel just isn't ready to go down that path. Yeah, a big shock, surprise, like the Tower. I don't know what that's all about. It'll come out as I get some more cards out. It'll click. Yeah, it's just the Tower. See, there's no foundation. See, that's the thing. There's no foundation. I think they could be terrified of commitment. They're just not ready because they're looking for clues of this path, right? This is someone kind of on their own path, but they definitely see this beautiful marriage material or this person here. Somebody quite lovely and gracious and calm and patient. And tell me about the Page of Swords. Yeah, see, they procrastinate, can't make up their mind. Should I or shouldn't I? I wonder if this is someone still focused on in love with someone from the past. I just have this vibe, like maybe that Queen of Pentacles is someone else. Somebody else that they were going to commit to or marry and something happened to Tower. Maybe they felt like a fool. They may have told someone how they felt, proposed to them, and the other person pulled the rug out from under them. I'm kind of getting that vibe. It's like almost like this is baggage from the past. That's what it is. But still, they're not ready. It's that path they were on. So this is another person. This is somebody that they loved very much. Told them they loved them and proposed, and the rug got pulled out. Yeah. So now they're in this state. See, there's something this person may have said something about it, or if they did, they didn't tell you everything. But you can see they're procrastinating. And they're back and forth. Should I or shouldn't I? See, comparing one to the other. Possibly two. See, this is somebody, they were rejected. This is someone who was devastated. They didn't expect it. That's what it was. They didn't see it coming. I get it. I see exactly what's happened. Now, whether you know or not, this is someone who had the rug pulled out to them and they were devastated. So if you are the person who's brought up getting into a commitment, it may have given them a bit of a trigger. If it's something that's happened like suddenly or recently. But the Four of Cups is someone being rejected and then maybe even ignored. This is someone who was definitely in that energy of emotionally drained. But yeah, I feel it was a rejection. They didn't see it coming. Yeah, they poured their heart out to this person. See, somebody they were very much in love with. And I feel like this person probably has feelings for you. But yeah, I can see exactly what's happened here. Oh, so sad. Tell me about the Four of Cups. Yeah, they got ghosted, ignored. They were made to feel like this lack of negativity. So they actually think very negatively about it. It bothers them. It's probably still bothering them and weighs heavily on them. But I do think this is someone coming to the end of that phase. I have to be honest. It's a Ten of Wands. The suns will start to shine. I think this is somebody here who is having an epiphany in other ways here too. Let me have a look at, yeah, they certainly didn't see this coming. So now they're kind of frozen, unable to make a decision. Yeah, it's frozen in fear because of being rejected. There's nothing worse than somebody basically proposing or trying to get engaged to someone, pouring their heart out and to be flat out refused, rejected, and maybe even ghosted after that. But it's the energy of the lack, like they felt like they weren't good enough. This person made them feel like they weren't good enough. So it's just that really negative. So it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy for this person. I kid you not, where if they do, like it's going to happen again. I think, oh my gosh, this must be a very, very emotional person. Wow. So yeah, this is someone who really has an issue with that. Tell me about the Two of Swords. Yeah, see, this is someone who probably thought this person was the one. But I'm going to tell you, I think this person's having epiphanies to this day about it because it still weighs on them and they are releasing it. And they are going to get rid of this energy. This is someone who they thought was the one, and now I feel this person's not really the right person. Because if this is somebody where there was already love, if you know, that's what I feel's happened. This is somebody who may have even been in love with somebody else and told somebody suddenly too. Yeah, there's a few different things. Tell me about the Hermit. Somebody totally went within here. Like, this is the journey, right? This path. But you can see, I can see exactly now what happened here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so there was a lot of sadness. The cups that are spilt. See, then, of course, with yourself, they're not looking at this Two of Cups. Every time the subject of commitment or They know it's time to, this is, people know, right? When it's time to, they have to make some kind of commitment. That's what I feel. They get triggered, I feel. And I feel they felt like an absolute fool. This person, or they made a fool out of themselves. It was devastating. So, yeah, I think this is someone who now has this negative, like they're not good enough. Yeah, they kind of wallow a little bit of self-pity here, but I mean, anybody who goes through something like that is definitely going to be devastated. Tell me more about the Tower. I know there's more here. Yeah, Five of Swords. So now they have trust issues. But yeah, there was devastated. They felt defeated. So they felt completely defeated. And depleted. Four of Cups. Yeah, energy drain. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles. See what else comes up there. And we'll wrap this up. Yeah, lack and they are lonely. This is someone on a path. They're kind of lonely. I'm going to be honest. This person's starting to they're going to take off the blindfold. They're going to see. See? This is about seeing. Because they didn't see the cups. They didn't see this connection. They didn't see you. Because of this person. So it's like being, whatever happened, they were completely blindsided by somebody. So this could actually how they see you. But it has to do with another person. So it still bothers them. It's baggage. It weighs heavily on them. But look, there's feelings and emotions. Yeah, I think this is someone who really has a lot of feelings here. But like I say, they didn't see the Two of Cups. All they think about is what happened. Wow. So I do think this is someone going to see that this other person probably wasn't the one. Anybody who does that to somebody really isn't the one. Like anyone who blinds, because this person literally, it's almost like they suffered a trauma from it, because it's almost like they poured their heart out and then they were literally felt defeated, like completely depleted. And I can see it, like the rug's being pulled out. Like it's definitely something they absolutely didn't expect at all. So this person still kind of is dealing with that. They still look for clarity as to why. I don't think this person, because the person ghosted them, I don't think they even know why. It's like it just ended. It was just, and they were made to feel like a complete fool. Yeah, heavy duty. And now we have, oh, this goes here. Yeah. So you can see this is someone now kind of putting on the brakes here, as we say, and looking at this from in another way, like they're taking another look. See, this is someone, I do think this is someone going to overcome this. So if you're dealing with this person, it's about being a little patient and gracious. Of course, it depends on your situation, but I really do feel it has to do with someone who just lost complete control. So now they control their emotions. And I'm going to tell you what it is. They don't want to fall in love. They don't want to be in love. They don't want to go through that rejection again, because it made them feel like they weren't good enough. So this is somebody who kind of has been in this very negative energy about it. And they do have a lot of self-control. And I do think this is someone coming out of it. They're starting to feel, a little more confident. But it's really about not getting emotionally involved or emotionally connected. And when they do, they probably put on the brakes, right? As soon as they start getting all in their feels about someone, they put on the brakes. So whatever they dealt with was probably more than what I even described here, because I can just see this person. The energy here is pretty heavy. The Tower, the Five of Swords. Now, when the Five of Swords comes together with the Tower, it's worse. It's just made to look like a complete fool, where they made a fool out of themselves, or I don't know, it could even be something that was communicated. It might have been, someone might have even been cruel to this person, because it's like they were completely ghosted, ignored, shut out, done. It was like done, and I do think this person never did find out why. So, and this may not all pertain, but some of this is definitely going to be part of that energy. This is often why people have a fear of commitment. One of the reasons why, because they've been denied it at some point, maybe when they were young, and it was devastating. Yeah. But this is an energy of someone here. You can see this energy. See, been there, done that. That's why they've been there, done that. They don't want to be rejected like that again. Yeah, they're out of here, right? But I still feel this is someone going to overcome of it. I do think they're going to overcome it. See, there's a lot of overwhelming feelings. When they start to fall in love, they get overwhelmed with this. It feels really good, but it also feels really negative. It's like overwhelming, right? Yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, I do think this is someone who's just can't see a way forward. It's like they don't even want to look at it. They don't want to deal with it. It's like they have to deal with it though. It's almost like they're still frozen in that place where as soon as the subject of commitment are moving forward, this person literally puts on the brakes and they really freak out. They get so overwhelmed. Yeah, but that's what happens when they fall in love, right? You get a little overwhelmed. It's supposed to be too much of a good thing, right? This person puts on the brakes. That's their trigger, right? When they do that. So, yeah. But I do think, yeah, they keep a lot to themselves. This is a secret. I do think this person probably has a lot of feelings. I do, but they keep it in. They keep it all in. But I do think this is somebody who is going to overcome this because of the High Priestess, again, into me I see. See, they don't want to see it. They don't want to deal with it. They haven't dealt with it. It's baggage. But I'm going to tell you, it's a 10. So this person's getting there. It's all about getting over it. But yeah, it's all about not wanting to fall in love. As soon as they get connected emotionally and they start really feeling the love, they freak out. Oh my gosh, I feel sorry for some of you. It's hard to deal with somebody like that, you know? I'm just going to grab a couple cards. So what's going to happen? What can you expect from this person? What can you expect? Well, for starters, this person's coming out at the end of this as an emperor. So they are going to manifest all the energies of the king. So they basically have to deal with this King of Cups energy and release the baggage from that. They need to let it go once and for all, but they need to take that, they need to come out of the Two of Swords energy. They need to look at it and face it. And I do think this is somebody who hasn't really ever really faced it. I think they've buried it. That's why it's weighing on them, right? Yeah. Yeah. But this is the next card that come out, the Seven of Pentacles. So it's about interest and investing. Okay. Yeah. See, I do think this is somebody, and with you, with this person, like I say, there is curiosity. There is interest. See, gaining interest. See, they're gaining momentum. So with you, this person is going to make that move. They're going to come out of this. They're going to come out of this. Okay. Yeah, whatever. And like I say, not every one of these things I mentioned may pertain to this person. But one thing I can, because of the energy in between, they were absolutely overwhelmed. Too much of a good thing. Nope, they can't. They're not going to take it. They're not doing it. They don't want to look at it. And that's exactly what that energy is. Then goes on the brakes. Screeching halt. Yeah. So I do think this is someone still kind of back and forth procrastinating. They may be comparing the way you are to another person because it's somebody who doesn't want to ever deal with that again, I can tell you. Yeah. They are a procrastinator. Yeah. They are single. And this is another thing. It's about making a commitment or being single too. Should I or shouldn't I? Yeah. Yeah, there is always this see, they reminisce about this all the time. See, they compare this situation, your situation, to this past situation. They have a sense of longing and loss. They do long for love, though. There's no doubt they long for love. They're a very loving, nurturing, caring kind of person. Yeah, they long for a partnership and stability. family, children even. This person could even be younger. But like I say, they long for all these things: family, children, stability, long-term stability. Yeah, emotional happiness. See, happy home, happy life. Crazy. But that's what they're longing for. Like, just these cards coming out with this person, you know. But they have memories too. Like, I feel they reminisce about this, but I feel they compare this situation to that. And they just need to look at it. They need to face it. And it has to do with why. It has to do with why this person did it. I don't think that they even know. Even if they did know, I don't know if they want to face it. Okay? Because it's very, very negative. It makes them feel like they're not good enough, or it's even worth it. It's all maybe a self-loathing. Like, I think this person made a complete fool out of themselves in their eyes. Okay? In their eyes. That's the way they're seeing it. So yeah, I mean, I just feel they feel like really bad. Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to look at other energies, but I really feel this is someone going to come out of it. But they are in that been there, done that situation. As soon as they start to fall in love and they get overwhelmed, and even it's too much of a good thing. That's what it is. That's the Eight of Wands. You know, that's why the breaks go on. But yet they also aren't looking about what they can have if they move past this. They just have to deal with something here. But like I say, to me, this looks like something that's happened. I would have to say, for this person to still be feeling like that, I would have to say it's something that didn't happen too long ago. I mean, you never know. It could have been when they were young. I mean, I see that youthful energy, like, yeah. Sometimes people, you know, I mean, maybe I'm being more dramatic. I mean, the cards are like that, but I can actually feel the energy, and I can feel this person thinking like, no way, I'm never ever doing that again. But it's to get past that point, right? If they they need to take off the rose-colored glasses, because I feel that person was not the one. Okay? Like, it's almost they thought this person was the most beautiful person. But I feel once they really look at this, they're going to see something different. In fact, I feel they see the viewer, those of you that this is your story, or you can pick up the energies of your person who won't commit, who hasn't committed yet. I do feel they do think about it, believe me, because they're not somebody, I don't feel like this is someone who wants someone to get away. But like I say, they put on the brakes. And it's funny because I feel generally in their life, this is actually a pretty confident person. But when it comes to this one thing, yeah. So I wish you guys the best here, okay? I do think they actually see you, because they're not really seeing you, because every time that comes up, it weighs heavily on them, and then they just think about this past person. And that's what I feel. It kind of triggers them a bit here. I think they're going to come over it, okay? I do think they're going to get over it. They need to see what's in front of them. They need to look at the Two of Cups, the connection that you have, and stop focusing on this negativity. They need to take off the blindfold and see. They need to see what it is they're losing out on if they don't push through that fear with the Fool and take a leap of faith. I think they're working on it. Take care. Bye for now.